Hello. It's Saturday, and I know I kind of did this on the spur of the moment, but it's Gin and Tonic Day, and we have to celebrate Gin and Tonic Day. I love gin. Before I got into bourbon, gin was my thing. That was my yum juice. Made me happy. I drank it all the time. Well, I drank it a lot. Anyway, so a little bit different setup tonight. I wanted to go through kind of a kitchen style setup because we're going to make several different gin and tonics. And you know, I did a lot of research on gins, and I love just gin and ice. I love a smooth sipping gin. You've got your blue or your sapphire, Bombay Sapphire, Hendrix, Aviator. I was having some Aviator last night, by the way. Co-owned by Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. Then also there's the Botanist. There's a bunch of really nice, smooth drinking gins that I really like. For gin and tonic, though, I like to use gins that I wouldn't be able to normally just sip. Just enjoy with a little bit of ice. I like the harsher gins. And one of them in particular that was recommended by a lot of websites is this Tanqueray. Tanqueray is, I do like this gin. It's a stronger gin. It's a little harsher gin. It's not a smooth sipping gin like your Hendrix and your Bombay Sapphire, but it's a really good gin. So we're going to be getting into that. And then I also picked up Beefeaters. Now, this used to be my favorite gin. This used to be the one, I mean, when we went on a cruise, this is what I got until I found out about Bombay Sapphire. And then I had to get this, or Bombay Sapphire all the time, because I like that better. But we're going to be using the Tanqueray most of tonight. And we're going to be making just a few. Kevin's here. Drinking Indogo Snoop Dogg Gin and Strawberry. Oh, good. Well, at least you're celebrating the day, like I am. Okay, so we're going to be going with Tanqueray because I'm going to save my smooth sipping gin for when I want just to sip the gin, because I like the flavor of gin. I like that juniper. I like that piney taste. Either you like gin or you don't. That's what it kind of boils down to. I don't think gin is like bourbon or other spirits where it's an acquired taste. I think it's something that you got to like, and juniper is the ingredient in gin. If there's not juniper, it's not gin. So now there are some gins that taste more floral. Like there's one called Four Peels. There's different expressions of Hendrix that have, well, the one Hendrix that I had, very rose floral note. It was very nice. I like it a lot. But the juniper is still there. And if you don't like that juniper, you're not going to like gin. So we have a few things we're going to be doing. Let me just catch you up on a couple things. Let's see. The quality of the ingredients that you have in a gin and tonic makes all the difference in the world. That's why we're going with the Tanqueray. It's a little more expensive than some of the other ones. You could do the Beefeaters. Stay away from the Gordons. Stay away from the Gilbys. You know, they're great if you have a lot of people that you want to serve. But if you're just doing something for yourself and maybe a couple people that you care something about, give them good ingredients. And that includes your tonic water. Schweppes, Canada Dry, they make tonic water. They make your club sodas and things like that. It's better to get a better tonic. Get something better than they would serve you out of the well at a bar, right? Get something better. And what was recommended over and over again, and what I found was the Fever Tree. You can get several different flavors of Fever Tree. I think just the place that I went tonight had 5 or 6 different flavors of Fever Tree. This is a good tonic if you're going to make gin and tonic. So we're going to be using this. We got a couple different ones here that we're going to be doing. And Michael's watching. Hey, Michael, how are you? We're all festive on our gin and tonic day. Let's see. Gin and tonic can be spiced up with fruits like limes, which is the classic fruit for gin and tonic, or lemon, blueberries, raspberries. No. And even pineapple or watermelon. They could be changed with a refreshing addition of cucumber, ginger, or spices like mint, rosemary, or even pepper. Yeah. My preferred ratio to gin and tonic, and I'll be truthful, I like going 50-50, but I like a stronger drink. Most people like at least a 1 to 3. So if you use an ounce of gin, it's 3 ounces of tonic. Some restaurants will do 1 to 5, 1 to 6. So you're not getting a great value out of that. You're getting a lot of tonic, probably Schweppes or Canada Dry, or something like that, and not the good stuff either. They're in business to make money. You can't fault them for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a classic gin and tonic first. And I'm gonna need, you know what, we'll just go straight to the glass because that's the way you do it. Gonna need a little ice. We're not going crazy, I'm not making big ones, okay? As a matter of fact, that's an ounce. That's 1.5 ounces. We're just gonna make ounces, okay? Make sure I get the right side again. Yeah, 1 ounce. All right, because I'm gonna be making several drinks tonight. I wanna be able to make it through. All right, so 1 ounce of that, and then we're going to use the Fever Tree Premium Tonic Water. We're going to go 1, fizzy, 2, and that's all I'm going to do. You can go 3, I'm not going to do it. All right. And then, the classic presentation is with a lime. So we'll do that. Just a little squeeze. And then cut off maybe a wedge. And that is a classic gin and tonic. It's very good. Yeah. That's probably one of the better ones I've ever made, actually. There are all sorts of different ways you can do gin and tonic. There's one that doesn't even involve tonic. It's a gin, we call it a gin lemon 7. Gin, 7-Up, lemon juice. Very simple, but that's not gin and tonic, and this is gin and tonic day. So that's the simple one. That's the easy one. All right, get that one out of here. Next. Some of these are going to be a little bit more involved. I've never done them before. You may see me fumble. As a matter of fact, Thursday you saw me drop like everything. I dropped the wood out of my smoker. I dropped the lid to my cherries. I dropped everything. So tonight, what you don't see is I've got furniture blankets all around me, just in case some of my glass falls off and onto the floor. It won't break and it won't be loud. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do for this one is something kind of neat. We need to do a gin and tonic, cucumber, and pepper. All right, so we're just going to do this. Get that first one off of there. I promised myself I'd leave my trash can open so I can just toss stuff in. I am not a huge fan of cucumber, but I'm willing to try it for this. So, just a nice thing like that. And take that and wrap it around the inside of your glass. Okay, just like that. Get that out of the way. All right, so then toss in a little ice. There we go. Very good. And now I'm going to put in a little pepper. Hey, Michael Sweeney, how are you? That's plenty. I got to the end of my peppercorns, and now I've got a whole bunch of powder in there. So now we go back, add in our gin. Add in our tonic. 1, 2, and give that a little stir. And this is a gin tonic cucumber pepper. Hey, that's good. Who would ever think about peppering their gin? That's tasty. You should try that one. That's good. Okay. Moving on, moving on, moving on. All right, this one I'm excited about because it uses one of my favorite ingredients other than just gin. This is a elderflower gin and tonic. All right, I love elderflower. All right, so we're gonna grab one of these glasses. Get some ice put in it. I happen to be right next to the freezer, so and the sink and everything. So I mean, I don't have to like leave the camera to go pick up anything tonight, which is nice. Okay, so we're gonna add our gin. This is just a really nice gin. It just cuts through everything. I really like it. So there's my one of those, and then actually, you know what? This one I'm gonna go ahead and do two. There. Just for the sake of getting the recipe right. Then we go to the elderflower. Now there are different types of elderflower liqueur. Saint Germain is kind of considered the best, so it's the one I'm going to recommend. There are other ones if you want to save money and get a cheaper elderflower, but why would you want to do that? You're looking for the best ingredients, right? There's a time and a place for McDonald's. There's a time and a place for Rose Chris or Ruth Chris. This, my favorite, is Ruth Chris. So I'm going to try to get the best ingredients for everything that I do. All right, and I love elderflower liqueur. I love it. But you can experiment with this stuff. You can use, try lots of different types of liqueurs. Orange liqueurs. You could try, well, shoot, I mean, there's no end. You can try anything that you want. Be a chef. Come up with new things. Chartreuse would be a great thing to try. Okay, I need my glasses. All right, so with this one we do the 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of elderflower, and then we do about 2 ounces of the tonic water. And then I'm going to do a splash of lime. And I'm going to add another wedge of lime to the drink. Sploosh. Give that a little stir. Ah! Oh, it's stuck. I got blankets all around me. If something glass falls, it's not breaking. It might land on a dog, though. Yeah. You can try so many different things. Try those different liqueurs. A little honey. Put honey in it. Oh, honey and gin. Yeah. All right, so there's that one. Next one we're going to try, and I don't know if I'm going to get through them all, but I'm going to do my darndest. So the elderflower, the one we just did, this is elderflower liqueur, gin, and tonic with a lime, okay? There's another way to make that same drink. And this one I'm going to go back down to the 1 ounce pours. That's to add a little ice. Oh, come on. That'll be good. All right, get into the Tanqueray. And Beefeaters is going to have a little bit different flavor. Try the gin that you like the best. A little bit more. So, another thing that you can try, rather than using elderflower liqueur, is using elderflower tonic water. In this case, the Fever Tree does make an elderflower infused tonic water. Now this I'm going to try, just because I'm really curious about it. Oh yeah, that's good. It may do just the exact same thing that we wanted to do before. So I'll add one of those. Actually, I'm going to add 2 of those. 1, 2. All right. So this is basically the same thing, only the tonic water is different. All that. All that. Give it a stir. Wow, that's pretty good. I like that. It's a little different flavor than the other one, but it's still very similar. That's tasty. All right, moving on. I've got one of them that I'm really looking forward to here. Okay, I have actually a couple of them. All right. This one we're going to need the mixing glass. Now, some drinks call for you to muddle. There are lots of different ways that you can muddle. You can use a muddler. You can also use a juicer. You can also use a shaker. This is probably the least of the three if you really need to muddle something. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a few blueberries. Do that. All right, so, and then we're adding in some fresh mint leaves. I forgot to do something. When you add mint, it's best to whack it a couple times. That expresses the oils in the mint. And you take those leaves, and we'll just toss a few of them. Golly, that smells good. Holy cow. That's nice. Me likey. Me likey. All right. So, let's see. We got, oh, and we'll put in a wedge of lime. Okay. And then we're going to muddle that. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to smash it to a pulp. Okay? All right, then, could nose that mint all day. I know, Trent, honestly, I have tried to find good mint so many times. We don't have, like, a Whole Foods around here. We don't have top 10 groceries. We got Kroger's, and the mint that is in those places, nobody ever buys it. So the mint in those little plastic things, and they're hanging there for weeks, and they look awful when I go to get them, and I don't want them. But tonight, I went to Meijer, and it turns out that they had what I wanted. And I'm going to add 3 here. Matter of fact, Meijer had, I was looking for 3 different ingredients, and they had them all. So I'm going to start giving Meijer another look from now on. I really ought to probably, I'm going to do another ½ ounce of this. I probably ought to do Meijer a little more often than I have been. All right, get it to glass. That'll do. All right. Now we'll take that, and we muddled all that stuff in there. Give it a stir. And pour it right in here the way it is. It's pretty, and it's going to be flavorful. Best one so far. Gosh, that's nice. I could have started a little bit more, gotten a little bit colder, but that's really tasty. My goodness. All right, moving on. That's good. I'm going to make another one of those, I think. All right. So that's the blueberry gin and tonic. Next is the... Okay, I'm going to skip that one. It was cucumber mint gin and tonic. Lots of cucumber goes in it. Fresh mint leaves, lime, gin, and tonic water. And I kind of just did that. Only you muddle the cucumber in this case. And so I'm going to do the last one that I've got written down here. This is a cucumber gin and tonic. And yes, I get it. Cucumber. I'm with you. But this one is a little different, and it has different stuff in it. So I'm kind of excited to try this one. I had to make a very different simple syrup for this one. And, oh, that's not even this one. Okay, well, we'll do this anyway. All right. So I wanted to make a gin and tonic with a different simple syrup. And I made this rosemary simple syrup. And basically you just make a simple syrup and then you just throw in a sprig of fresh rosemary. Okay? And then when you're ready, strain that out. Barkley says it's time to play. They're probably frustrated because I put their food and water up. It's normally sitting right down there and I didn't want to hear that. Okay. So I'm going to make another gin and tonic with the rosemary simple syrup. It's not on my list, but because I'm skipping one, I'm adding one. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. All right. So I need a glass. The setup to do it this way, by the way, was not the easiest setup in the world. Not that I try to make you aware of the production that goes into these Bourbcasts, but let me just show you what I did tonight. So you can kind of see, this is the setup. The camera is over there where I normally sit, and it's dark. You can't really see it, but I got 3 lights on me, and then of course the microphone over me. It's a lot. All right, I'm back. I decided to show it to you. It's kind of funny that I go into all this stuff just to put on a decent show. All right, so here we go. We got this. We need ice. And I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces. And 1.5 ounces of this. This is the 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm doing that because I'm adding the simple syrup to it. And a rosemary simple syrup. Might as well throw this last piece of lime in there. And let's juice it. All right. A little stir. See, something fell off and you didn't hear it. Because I have protected myself. That's exquisite. Oh, wow. I love making simple syrups. I've tried several now. One of my favorite ones was a green tea simple syrup. You do 1-to-1 just like you normally do. Or if you like a really robust one, a 1-to-2. 2 to sugar and 1 to water. And then while that's cooling down, just take a green tea bag and stick that in there. Oh, great with like the Suntory Toki. If you want to make a cocktail with a Suntory Toki, the Japanese whiskeys, the Allegiance. Really nice with that. I bet it's nice with other things too. This is fantastic. You can make a simple syrup out of anything. Raspberries and blueberries, and I don't recommend bananas. That's really good. All right, so my last one is back to the cucumber again. All right, get rid of the simple syrup. That simple syrup, they say it lasts for about a week if you refrigerate it. I use it longer, and I don't always refrigerate it. It's just fine. I will use it within 2 weeks, but I don't make much. That was a 1/2 cup. I will use that up, and if I don't, I'll get rid of it. Okay, so this is empty. I will need another one of those. All right, so this last one, you take, now, this recipe is meant for a lot of people. So I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to cut it down for you. All right, so one more glass. Okay. we're going to go with 2 ounces of gin. I need ice. Before I start pouring, I need ice. All right, so I'm going to use my shaker for this one. Now that I think about it, I am going to keep the ice in the glass. And we're going to put in I'm going to thinly slice this. Get rid of that top part. And just just a few pieces. Enough to give me some flavor. All right, then we grab cilantro. And just like the mint, I want to activate the cilantro. Cilantro, man, I'm going to have enough. I can make some nice guacamole. Oh my gosh, that smells good. All right, good. Cilantro, lime juice. About a tablespoon, so this should do that for me. Oh yeah, that's about a tablespoon. I measured that out pretty darn well. I'm a happy man. And then we do packaging is stupid on this. It's just stupid. All right. I mean, you'd think they'd be able to get out the tonic without destroying it. We get 2 ounces here. And then I'm going to do one more on this side. This is the 1 ounce. Cilantro. Put that on there. Now this muddles. Woo! Should have waited on the tonic water. That's carbonated. That's funny. I'll just consider that muddled, okay? And just pour that in there. It's an awful lot of work for just a little thing. See if it's worth it. It's worth it. The very heavy cucumber influence on that one. Very tasty. The lime juice is in there nicely. Yeah. So that's it. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you different recipes and different ways of thinking about your gin and tonic. Do you have to only use well gin and well tonic to make a gin and tonic and make yourself happy? No. Think about your basic recipes of gin and tonic and then branch out and see what else you can do with that. What else can you add to it? What types of simple syrups can you add to it? Again, I mentioned honey. Honey is a great additive to a gin and tonic. I don't know. I have to try that with a tonic. That carbonated, I don't know. I have to try that. I would guess so on some of them. But you know, your elderflower liqueur, maybe some Cointreau, which is a nice orange liqueur, or triple sec, that might be nice in there, or even Grand Marnier, that would be nice in it. There's so many different things that you can do. A cognac, champagne. You're getting closer to a French 75 on that case, but you can just experiment with your gin and tonics and have a great time developing drinks of your own and naming them something cool, like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, better than some of these. You know, they just named it what they are. You know, cucumber gin and tonic. Yeah, whoopee. Cucumber mint gin and tonic. Okay, fine. But maybe name it something cool. This one has the cilantro in it. So you might call this one, I don't know, Latin and tonic. I saw one that was a Spanish gin tonic. No and. Spanish gin tonic. And you would think that that would be kind of universal because it has a very universal name. But strangely enough, there's a lot of different recipes for the Spanish gin tonic. And there's some that's Spanish gin and tonic. Google it. It'll drive you crazy. Thank you for... Sam is watching. Hey, Sam. How are you? We're just at the end. I'm wrapping it up. So happy Gin and Tonic Day. Get creative, have fun, do some different things that challenge you. Try some different types of gins. Try some different types of tonics. Like I said, the Fever Tree has got several different flavored tonics you might enjoy. This is the elderflower one. I really like it. I will be revisiting that one tonight. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much, and we will see you on Thursday. Thursday, we do have a guest coming. Jeff, who was with us for the Buffalo Trace Bourbcast, is coming back, and he's bringing a bottle of the Angel's Envy single barrel that he got at the distillery. So we're going to be doing that together on neat and on water and on ice. So make sure you come back for that. If you happen to take the time to go to the webpage, which is beautifulbourbon.com, you'll notice that I've added some new entries to the blog, which is very cool. I've had some time off to myself, and I've been playing with the website. I also added all of the Bourbcasts so far. So if you missed a Bourbcast and you don't want to watch it on Facebook and you want to see the YouTube version or look at the YouTube comments, which they are starting to come in, amazing! You might go to YouTube and check that out, or go to the website and look at it there. If you happen to be a YouTuber, subscribe. Right now I've got 22 subscribers, but I've only started this just recently. So I'm happy with that. We're getting comments, people are enjoying it, and it's fun. So if you happen to be on YouTube, subscribe to that. And there you go. There you go. That's National Gin Day. We will see you again next Thursday for the single barrel of Angel's Envy with my friend Jeff. And with that, drink responsibly and have a safe Saturday night.